All right, boys, this topic, it requires Gotcha Smack's attention. The issue here is there's a topic circulating in the community about viewbotting stimulating from either Kuro games, the content creators that are the viewbotting is happening to, or some third party person. But nobody actually knows, and it's actually quite annoying watching it happen because I'm sitting here looking at all of this and I'm like, it's so unbelievably easy to show this, like, the answer to this, the solution to this, and get down to the bottom of it. I am a creator who's been in this industry for quite a while. I've been content creating for 6 years. I've been in the gacha space for 3 years, and I've done 100 different sponsorships. I've been solicited or requested many times, not solicited, in the act of already doing a sponsor for that gacha publisher, if they can promote my video that they are sponsoring to inflate the views even higher. Now, they don't say those words. They say, hey, we just want to promote it and get more eyes on it. And then they say, can we do it? And you say, yeah, sure, go for it. And so what happens is, give it about 48 hours or so, you start to see your video just spike the hell up. Now, what's odd about this is that you don't get an increase in pay. You don't even get an increase in likes or comments. And so the first thing that goes to my mind every time it happens is this has got to be the biggest scam I've ever seen. This is literally just blatant view botting. And so I'm somebody who has, like, personal experience with this situation. I know without a shadow of a doubt when a view botting occurs, not only through personal experience, but I'm also competent enough to read a fucking graph and go, okay, that doesn't look right. That's not how a graph operates. That's not how that goes. And so my goal here is to pretty much provide clarification on the matter, because I've been seeing people try to cover the topic, but they don't actually know what the fuck they're talking about, with all due respect. And so that's what I'm here for. Let's go ahead and get into it. First off, Kekvin was the first guy to cover it. And he titled this video, Wuthering Waves is Botting Views. He put a thumbnail with, I believe, like some of the creators that are involved in this topic, not necessarily pointing the finger at him, right? And so we get into this video, and I see that he's already getting, like, dislike bombed. And for a creator his size, well, he used to be a bigger creator, but for a creator his size now, getting dislike bombed like this heavily impacts him, because the viewership that he has doesn't necessarily, like, amount to high like ratios. Like, he's not going to have 2,000 likes on a video that's only got 4,000 views, unfortunately. You know what sucks about this is that the entirety of this video, anybody with a brain and common sense, if you watch it all the way through, he's being very neutral, very, very fair, and he's providing information based on personal experiences, as well as being objective in a number of points. He's not, like, throwing the creators under the bus. Many times he mentions that, like, he's not saying that they're guilty of it, but he's saying it's most certainly a very fishy thing that's occurring. The fact that it happened to 3 different creators, it was actually a pretty damn good video. And so all 124 people who thumbed this down, in my like analysis, are a bunch of fucking idiots and morons who just don't know how to watch a video through because they lack common sense. So that's another reason why I wanted to make this video too, so I can make sure brother did nothing wrong here. All he did was say Wuthering Waves is botting views, and then provide compelling evidence and compelling speculative, like, analysis that point towards them botting the damn creators. Now, the 3 creators that he, like, pointed out in a question was Amethyst Abrams, Ajak, and then Jada Lee. Now, once again, I would like to follow up with the same exact thing. I'm not saying these creators are guilty of doing it. They just happen to be in the situation. Their videos happen to be the videos that are view botted, or in the question of view bot, which I can tell you right now, it's guaranteed that they're view botted. He put these 3 creators up and said, yeah, all 3 of them had some insane spikes, so on and so forth. Here's compelling evidence number 1 that they've been view botted. And this is not even an argument. It's not even up for a fucking debate. Let me show you what a normal graph looks like for any creator. You call any creator out there who actually is worth their salt, who performs, who works diligently, who has established a community. I'll even show one of the creators in question too, how their videos perform. All creator videos, no matter the size of the creator, they perform just like this, okay? Now, in the beginning, it could be a little bit higher right here. It can be a little bit slower right here. But this is that burst. This is that first 48 hours of performance. You see that? It's a solid line going up. But then eventually, as all things do, starts to slow down a bit. Right now, from October 11th to October 13th, we only went from 66 to 86,000 views here, as opposed to 0 to 66. Then from October 13th up to this date, we only went from 86 out to 98,551. This is called flatlining. As all things do, you will eventually flatline. Same as us, boys. We'll return to dirt and flatline. Seriously, though, your hype starts to die off. things start to balance out and the algorithm moves on. It's presented it to the audience you've captured and the demographic you're going for. That's the views you've got, and it moves on. Now you might be thinking, Smack, that's just you. I'm about to paint this scenario for the uninformed, right? Because I already know content creators immediately understand what the hell I'm talking about. For the uninformed that may not know how this shit works, whose excuse is, that's just you, gotcha, Smack. Asmongold, galactic content creator. 1.09 million views. Starts off like this, boom. He even has a solid, it takes a while for his shit to round out. But it, as I said, as always, it eventually starts to round out and then flatline. Now, he's a monumental creator. And so that shit takes a while for his to flatline, but it eventually does. You know, another monumental creator, Maximilian Dude. Once again, strong start and the finish, starts to curve, and then immediately flatlines. All of us, no matter the size, this is how a graph looks when you're performing content. Even Mr. fucking Beast, the biggest content creator on planet Earth, is going to run into that flat line, okay? Nobody escapes the flat line, boys, all right? And there's never, ever a second spike that shoots up to meet Guardians of the Galaxy, ever. This does not happen. It's unprecedented. It's unrealistic. If it does, that's a red flag, okay? Furthermore, no graph goes flatline. Oh, jump up to there. Even if you get a second win, it won't reflect on the graph. It's just going to be like continuing to do what it does. It might raise just a little teeny bit, but that's it. Now that you have that, let's take a look at the three creators in question and their particular videos that have been questioned in terms of Viewbotting. What do those graphs look like? Jada Lee's live stream. Brother, that graph... That graph looks like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, bro. Like he's about to go up to that bad boy, go up in the air and bust a trick and then come right back down. That graph looks like the snowboarding game I played back in the Gap. I can't remember if it was PS2 or if it was GameCube, but that snowboard game, S2 Tricky. Yeah, it looked like you about to go off one of them slopes, okay? And Ajax video, I don't even know what's going on here, but that's the same thing. These graphs aren't rounded out. These are across multiple days. Okay, I want to make sure we're clear here. October 12th, October 15th, yeah, and then just Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Okay, final Amethyst Abram, I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. You telling me that they are Tony Hawk Pro Skating, but the biggest creators on the platform aren't Tony Hawk Pro Skating, and a mid-sized creator that's established like myself aren't doing it? There's always a bit of a weird situation here. Keep in mind, my slope right here is the very first 48 hours, the most powerful time period for a video to perform is the first 24 to 48 hours. After that, the round out occurs. What's weird here is that this is October 11th, right? October 12th. I mean, bro, this is days later popping off and just going up Tony Hawk Pro Skater mode. It just doesn't make sense. The round out happened and then a spike occurred. That is undeniable evidence that this is just artificially inflated views in the forms of Viewbotting, so on and so forth. Now, if you take this exact same creator, and click on any other video, round out, right? Oh, that's not good enough for you. Let's click on the one right before that. Give us some time to load. Come on, Unc, round out, okay? It doesn't matter what video you click on, unless it's artificially inflated, it's always gonna round out. This is just the nature of how graphs perform. It's the same thing here. Click on any other video. Click on this one right here, boom, round out. You see what I'm saying? So I think you guys get the point there. Now there's one more undeniable, this cannot be denied as compelling evidence, and it's in your analytics. So I have a video that this literally just happened to me recently. Playing Ananta changed my mind. It's at 270,000 fucking views. I have been on this platform for 6 years. I have never once gotten a video to perform on that level, ever, in the history of my channel's longevity. But that's not enough to convince you. The other thing is, I know what my videos perform. Right? I can tell you exactly what a 30,000 view video is going to get in the form of likes, in the form of comments, like a volume. I know what my likes and comments look like. Furthermore, I just know how YouTube works. This video has 270,000 views and it doesn't even have 3,000 likes. It only has 260 comments. Now, what's interesting about this is that I went into my YouTube studio and I said, maybe I got paid more off of it. Nope, I never got paid more off of it. Here is the graph of this video. Okay, I made $118. I'll just go ahead and tell you, for 270,000 views, I should have made like $800. But I made $118, and there's a massive variable on the screen right now that tells you this video has been compromised and artificially inflated in views. And this variable is what every single creator out there can look at to know how much they've been view botted. Okay, it's called YouTube advertising. Okay. YouTube advertising, it's quite interesting. And the reason I say it's quite interesting is because it will give you an absurd amount of views. 236,000 for this video in particular. Outside of that are my views, my actual views, right? So if we deduce that from 270, well, that means I'm really sitting at about 34,000 views, which means the rest of them were literally botted views, or whoever the fuck they showed them to. I don't even know how they're counting the views. I feel like they're showing gaming content to some hairdresser in Wisconsin that's never played a game in her life. Who the fuck knows? What I do know for a fact is that none of this ever gives me new subscribers, new comments, new likes, or even money. I don't get none of those above. And so the only other direction to look at is fake viewership, inflated viewership, fluff. It's just bullshit. It's just made to look nice. And the thing is, if you want to know if any creator is artificially inflating their views, just tell them to click on the video, go right here, go to YouTube advertising, and you'll have your answer. You'll have that answer as clear as day. And you want to make sure they're not doing the last 48 hours, right? In the last 48 hours, this is not happening anymore. You want to look at the life of the entirety of the video since published, and it'll tell you how much of those views are coming from YouTube advertising. 270,000 views. Look at this goofy ass graph here, bro. It's like it rounded out. This is the round out period, right? This is from September 30th to September 3rd. So that was 4 days. And 4 days later, it decided to just go straight up to the moon where One Punch Man is, all right, holding his breath, and then go up to the moon some more. It's just like, brother. So like when I come back to this, I can tell you a surefire way. I'll literally tell you where the view botting began. Right here, she had a nice little strong start, right? This was like literally October 11th, October 12th, October 13th, October 14th. This was all organic viewership. October 14th to 15th, oh, a 30K pop for no fucking, just why not? Just 30K pop? Absolutely not. Boom, inflate it. Boom, inflate it to the fucking moon. It's the same thing with these two as well. Like if we go back to their regular video, it's, let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, here we go. Here's Ajek, I believe is the name. And by the way, I want to make sure we're clear here again. So 12,000 is where her actual performance was. And then from here, yeah, this was just I'll even give her 21. I'll give her 20. No, I don't even think I can do that, realistically speaking, because it rounded out. It rounded out here. And this is over the span of a number of days. Yeah, it just rounded out here. There's no way it just starts ramping up like this. It's unnatural. It's uncanny. But if we can give her up to 21,000 views, just being completely fair. And after that, bro, this just gets diabolical because you're looking at the round out. Like I said, all rounds, they round out. They always do. Like we can give about here, but then it just starts getting weird. You know what I mean? And so with all the things I've just explained to you, this is how you can verify, undeniably so, the Tony Hawk Pro Skater ramp, the round out turning into that Tony Hawk Pro Skater ramp, YouTube advertising. You can look at the percentage there. It'll inform you. And then most importantly, the last bit to tell you that it's definitely Wuthering Waves is the Woo-Wah creator tag being in each and every one of these creators' fields. That there alone is enough like incentive to know that it's most certainly, it's not a third party. I hate when like you get Kuro bots who try their hardest to like take the responsibility off of Kuro Games. Oh, some third party. I have never in my 6 years gotten third party YouTube view inflated, ever. Not a single time. I know every single video that has YouTube advertising on it that came from the developer that I was sponsored by or in some way in collaborations with. I can go to each and every one of them. I just don't want to throw the rest of these other companies under the bus, because in reality, all of them are doing it. They all do it. Like, they're all gacha companies that do the same thing. In fact, I don't even think it's just gacha companies. I think a lot of companies do this, because here's the one sneaky thing with YouTube advertising. If you're sneaky and you're smart, some videos get way more likes and comments than the views, right? You'll have a video that has, I've had videos where they were so liked by the communities, 40,000 view video. It had 5,000 likes and 2,000 comments, some shit like that. Those are like the kind of numbers that actually match up, in my experience, with like 80 to 100,000 views. And so you could YouTube advertise to artificially inflate the views to match the likes and comments. I'm putting a lot of creators on game right now. Not that I do this shit, I don't, but I'm just letting you know, when you watch some of these trailers from Wuthering Waves and these gacha companies, and you see, wait, that shit was at 400,000 views in 24 hours. How the fuck did it get to 2.2 million views in the next 48 hours? Well, they just inflated the views, and nobody's going to question it, because we all know how likable the trailers are by the community. The community will give a trailer with 200,000 views 20,000 likes. That's an insane amount of likes. And then it'll be riddled with comments of, I love this game, my favorite game, and all that. And so if you boost the fucking video up to 2.2 million views, nobody's going to question it. It's a lot of likes. And most importantly, the public isn't as informed about these analytics and how the flow and fluctuation of how it scales. They don't know. You don't care about that. You're not a content creator. And so I do think it's unfortunate, because some of these creators on Twitter and such, they put out tweets like, you know, when did my Wuwa 2.7 reaction get this many views? Thank you guys so much. This is now the biggest video on my channel. You know, in my mind, I think that is, I have no reason to believe it's not genuine, right? I think this creator is genuinely happy, and she should be, because she believed that was actually the performance of her video. It's unfortunate when in reality, Kuro just inflated the living fuck out of it. I saw this creator too. I bookmarked both of their stuff. 150K views, you guys, or something else. Thank you. And the reality of it is, man, that is just simply just not the truth. With all due respect to them, the Kuro Games inflated their shit. I'm going to give them good faith and say, unbeknownst to them, you know, I had no idea. Dude, 160,000 views with 1,000 likes and 107 comments. No fucking shot. No shot in hell. And this is the thing that was annoying, because what's his name? Mr. Kekvin, which I got too many tabs open up here for Unks Mac. He was saying these very same arguments, and people were like trying to say he was like tripping. He was like reaching, schizoing and all this. No, he's not. These are common sense analytics that any creator in the space knows. Okay. I know exactly how many likes any viewership of a video should get. And I know when I'm like, oh, damn, they got a lot of likes for that viewership, that means the video was a real banger and received well by the community. And so in that way, it can get a bit muddy, because you're going to give the public the ammunition to make up excuses. But that's why you go by the graph, right? Always. If y'all ever cover a viewbotting situation again, go by the fucking graph, right? Remember, all graphs always round out eventually. They never do Tony Hawk Pro Skater at the end of the graph. That's just not how that shit works. Over the span of multiple days, bro. I also wanted to bring up Marco Meatball's live stream just to let you know that was purely organic viewership, right? Rounds out normally, looks good, performs good. It's organic. I mean, and here's the thing. Any of us could sneak in a few little YouTube advertising things. There is a way for content creators to promote their own videos and get a little bit of views. But if it rounds out, oh, that's like, it's either 100% all them or bulk of it is all them. And so this is like legitimate viewership. Any creator, you can go to viewstats.com, type their name in, bring up any video of theirs and look at the graph, and you'll be able to verify if it's legitimate or if it's compromised through YouTube advertising. Anyways, that's gonna wrap up this video. I wanted you guys to have a bit of clarification on that. The number one way, once again, is to show the YouTube advertising. That will give you the surefire confirmation, but that would require the creator themselves to share that with you. This is a cut-in. I just realized I should probably show you guys what my own YouTube dashboard looks like for the live stream that I did. So the live stream I did, I got I pretty much made $500 off of it. In the last 48 hours, it's still climbing, getting views as like time trickles in, but you can see that round out like you normally see. If we come over here to reach, and then we click on viewership, and let's do not since published, let's do lifetime of the video, of the entirety, the live stream and VOD afterwards. And if we go to views, come down here. In fact, I don't even think I had to go to views. Browse features, YouTube search, suggested videos, other YouTube features, channel pages, others. If we go to see more, You should not see YouTube advertising in here at all. If you see YouTube advertising, that is going to be the inflated views. And I know you're probably thinking like, damn, so YouTube advertising is not really advertising shit. Yeah, that's the information I have always come to learn about it. In the history of my YouTube tenure, YouTube advertising is just in my experience with all the things I've seen, it just equals botted, inflated, artificial views. Because like I said, no comment, no like, no subscribes, no extra pay. Nothing gets added in with those views that get attached to that YouTube advertising. Which, are the Gacha developers aware of it? I have no fucking earthly clue. I would like to say they are. They've probably learned how these things operate. Is YouTube aware of it? Absolutely, I'm sure they are. But yeah, I just wanted to provide clarification there. That's how a video is always going to look. Now, if you guys want to get this 98K to 100K so my OCD doesn't fucking just make me pass out, that would be nice. We're only 2K away, boys. It'll probably climb there eventually, but you know, just a little self promo. All right, this was a cut in. Let's get back to the intro, to the ending. That said, hopefully you guys understand now how that shit functions. Yes, Kuro Games is absolutely viewbotting certain creators. There's no doubt about it. It's not even a fucking debate at this point. It's not some third party guy, bro. Shut the fuck up. Stop defending Kuro Games. They're doing it like the rest of the gacha companies out there, boys. And once again, Smack shoots it straight because, well, that's just what I've made a career doing. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.